Students, my name is Dr. Suresh Kumar Verma and I am a lecturer in English in Chitrakoot Inter College, Karbi. Today, I am going to teach you the first lesson of your short story, that is the Gold Watch. And the Gold Watch is written by Panjikara Rafi. He was a famous Malayalam poet, but in your paper, no question related to the writer will be asked. So that is why there is no need to tell about the life of Panjikara Rafi. Should say about the writer. So before starting the lesson, I want to discuss about it. So first of all, you see that I have noted down the 5 headings about this lesson. So first of all, I will discuss about the title of the story. We see that the Gold Watch is the title of the story, and if we study the story, we find from the beginning to the end, the Gold Watch title remains in our mind. So say, if we read the first paragraph of the story, we will find the mention of watch, and even in the last paragraph, we will also find the mention of watch. So in this way, we can say that no other title could be given to this short story, the Gold Watch. While reading the story, the Gold Watch remains in our mind. We do not miss even a single moment the Gold Watch. So that is why the Gold Watch is the best title of this story. No other title could be given to this story. Now, after that, we come to the next heading, that is plot. The plot of the story is very well knit. It is a compact plot. When we study, we see that the incidents happen very rapidly. If we start the story, we cannot stop in the middle. We will have to finish the story if we start the story. So in this way, the plot of the story is very well knit. We can see that this is a story of Shanku, who is a laborer in a factory. He is very poor and he has taken loans from many persons. We can say that he is in debts from head to ears, and he has no way to come out of that loan or debts. So in this way, he wants to steal the gold watch of the engineer of that factory. So in this way, he tries many times to do so, but he fails. And at last, when he becomes compelled, because there were so many problems before him, and moreover, his wife was also pregnant, and then he had 2 children already. So that is why, looking at the condition, he decides to steal the watch. And by showing courage, he steals the watch, but when he keeps it inside his pocket, he feels that it is a burning coal. It is an ember. So he could not bear it anymore. Actually, Shanku was not a thief. He was a very gentle person, and his inner soul, his inner conscience does not allow to do so. So in this way, at last we see that he puts back the gold watch on its place. So in this way, the incidents happen very rapidly. So that is why the plot is very good and well lit. Now after that, we come to the third heading about this story. Now we see character. We see in this story there are only three active characters. Although there are other persons, but they are only mentioned. They are not, they do not speak, but they are only mentioned. Only three characters speak. First of all, the main character is Sanku. This is the whole story of Sanku. The whole story revolves around Sanku. From the beginning to the end, Sanku, we can see Sanku is present each and every line of this story. So Sanku is the main character, and after that comes his wife. His wife comes before us for some time, and we can know the condition of Sanku when Sanku and his wife talk together. So in this way, the third character that comes before us, that is Madhavan. Madhavan, we can see only some glimpse of Madhavan. He does not stay for a long time. So after some time, he disappears. He comes before us only once. So in this way, there are only three main speaking characters in this short story. So that is why, from the viewpoint of characters, this short story is also very good. Because we know that in short story there should not be so many characters. And this story fulfills the characteristics of characters also. And after that, we come to the next heading, and that is language. The language of the short story is very simple. Everyone can understand it easily. And the writer has not used very tough words or naughty words. He has used very simple words. Even any person who has some knowledge of literature and whose vocabulary is somewhat strong, he can understand each and every line of this story. So that is why, from the viewpoint of language, this story also fulfills this condition very well. So at last, we come to the last heading, that is moral. Because we know that when any story is written, it is compulsory for us to get some profit or advantage or some moral from it. Now, if we study the story, we see that committing theft or stealing or pilfering is not the solution of any problem. We can say, actually, committing a theft, stealing, this is only these things are themselves a problem, but they are not the solution of a problem. So that is why we should keep ourselves away from such type of bad things as stealing and pilfering or committing theft. And second moral of this story, we see that we should not take loans from others. If we take loans in this condition, we will begin to caught in difficulty and more difficulty. So in this way, any person who takes loan, after that it becomes very difficult for him to get out of it. As we see the condition of Sanku, that he was in debts, so that's why he was very restless. He was not able to sleep during the nights. So in this way, he plans to steal the gold watch of the engineer. So that is why we can say that taking loan is not a very good thing. We may feel trouble in future if we take loans. So that is why we should keep away ourselves from taking loans as possible as we can do. So in this way, Now, one more moral we can see that Sanku, although Sanku was very poor and he was in difficulty, he was suffering from many problems, but we do not see anywhere him irritating. But he is very calm type of person, and he does not show anger at any time in spite of being so poor. So that is why if a person remains cool and calm, it is certain that he may come out of the difficulties. So we can say that this story is also full of morals. And in this way, we can see that this story fulfills all the conditions, all the characteristics which a short story must have. So, from the all point of view, title, plot, character, language, and moral, this story is second to none. So, now after that, I am going to teach you the text. And look at the text. As on many previous nights, Sanku could not get any sleep that night. So in this way, we see, as I have already told you that this is the story of Sanku. So Sanku could not get any sleep that night. When the story begins, that night Sanku was not able to sleep, although it happened with him for so many nights. Should say he could not take proper sleep from many nights. So in this way, even that night, when the story begins, that night he was not able to sleep. Now he turned and tossed in his bed, but it was no use. Now use, when it is used as noun, it is pronunciated use, but when it is used as verb, it is pronunciated use. He turned and tossed in his bed. As he was restless, so that is why he was turning the sides on his bed. He was turning sides on his bed, and this is the symbol that he was not able to sleep. So, but it was no use. But it was no use. Use, should say, it was no profit for him to turn sides on the bed. Should say, in spite of doing so, he was not able to sleep. Although he was trying to sleep, but sleep was far away from him. So we see that Sanku was not able to sleep. Now, next, the more he thought, the worse he felt. The more he thought, the more he was thinking about the problems of his life, the worse he felt. The worse he was feeling. The more he was thinking, the worse he was feeling. When he was thinking about the problems, his condition was being worse and worse. So, in this way, we can say that if we have any problem and if we continue to think on it again and again, so in such condition, that problem will increase, it will not decrease. So that is why we can say that thinking makes a problem, thinking a lot makes a problem increase. So Sanku was also doing the same type of thing. He closed his eyes and lay on his torn mat. So after that he closed his eyes. After that again he tried to sleep, and for this purpose he closed his eyes and he lay on his torn mat. Torn is tattered. Tattered, tattered mat. So in this way he lay on his turned mat. Here we can see that Sanku was very poor. He was so poor that he could not afford even a good mat. So that is why he was lying on his torn mat, on his tattered mat. So here this bird shows that he was poor beyond the proper limit. In the darkness, he lay down on the mat that was tattered. And yet he could see it as clearly as during the day. Although he closed his eyes, yet he could see it as clearly as during the day. Although some students may feel, how can it be possible that in spite of closing eyes, any person can see as clearly as during the day? Now, here Sanku was seeing with mind's eye. He was thinking, he was seeing mind's eye that what happened in the day, the whole day came before his eyes. So yet he could see. Although he was on his bed, it is darkness, yet he could see it as clearly, without any doubt, as during the day. As we see the things during the day, in the same way, he was looking the things in the darkness of night. Now, the deserted room. What was he looking? The deserted office room. It is the scene of the factory where he was working. The deserted means there was no one at that place, so that is why deserted. Office room. The office room of the engineer was deserted. There was no one present there. So the office room was deserted. When everyone had gone out for rest or for lunch, because it was the time of interval. It was interval, recess. So everyone had gone out. As we know, in interval, everyone goes out to take food or to take lunch. Had gone out for rest. Everyone had gone out for rest. Someone had gone to take rest, and some had gone to take lunch. So in this way, I should say, no one was present there around the office of the engineer. The glass window was partly closed. The glass window, would say, the window fixed with glass. It was partly closed. Would say it was not fully closed. It was not fully open. It was partly closed and partly open. So in this way, on the one end of the table inside were a few fat volumes. At the other end, a pen and ink pot and so forth. And in between was a gold watch with its gold chain placed on a book. So we see that there was no person present around the office of the engineer, and the glass window was partly open and on the one end of the table, and inside the room there was a big table, and on that table there were keeping some things. So on the one end of the table, inside the room were putting a few means 2 or 3 fat volumes, fat books. So fat books were putting inside the room on the table and on the one end of the table, and at the other end and on the second end of the table he saw a pen was putting, and ink pot was also putting in the one end of the table, and so forth, and etc. There were other things also putting on the table. and in between, and in the one end there was a few fat volumes, fat books, and other end a pen and ink pot and other things, and in between them was a gold watch. In the middle of the table there was a gold watch with its gold chain, and should say the gold watch was fully gold watch. Should say its chain was also golden. Then placed, put on a book, and that watch was putting on a book. So in this way, this was the first para. Look at the second. Open the window and stretch out your hand about a foot, and you can pick it up. If you want to pick up the watch in this way, you will have to open the window. If someone wants to put up the watch, he will have to open the window and stretch out your hand, and he will have to stretch means spread, and he will have to spread his hand towards the watch about a foot only. He will have to stretch his hand towards the watch, and in this way he can pick the watch up. The watch will be in the palm of the person who wants to take it, who wants to pick it up. So we can say that there was not any type of difficulty to steal the watch from the office of the engineer. So here Sanku is thinking that if any person wants to pick up the watch, if any person wants to steal the watch, there will be no problem, because that time in interval there was no one present there, and the place is deserted, so that is why anyone can pick it up. So in this way you can pick it up, you can pick the watch up. So because everyone is out for lunch, that time every person is out for lunch, but say no one is present, because we know that in interval no one stays in the factory, they go out for lunch. So this is the time that the watch, the gold watch, can be stolen without any difficulty, without any problem. So nobody will know. So naturally, then there is no one present at that place. Naturally, no one will know, or nobody will know. So in this way, the person who has stolen the watch will not be known by anybody. So this was the perfect time. Interval is the perfect time for stealing the watch. Sanku was thinking about stealing the watch, because as we know that Sanku was very poor and he was in debts from head to ears. So that is why he was thinking about stealing the watch lying on his bed. Look at the next paragraph. Sanku, before starting next paragraph, I want to tell that one question in exam can be asked related to the first paragraph. Now, the question may be, why would Sanku not sleep? Why would Sanku not sleep? This question may appear in this first paragraph. So in this way we can say that Sanku could not sleep because he wanted to get rid of his debts, and he had taken loans from many persons, and he had to pay that debts at any rate, because so many persons were demanding their money. So that is why he wanted to clear his debts. That is why he wanted to steal the watch, and by selling that watch he wanted to clear his debts. So that is why he was not unable to sleep. So he was thinking how he can steal the bath. So that is why he could not think. Now, next para. Sanku remembered his efforts, his cowardice and his vacillation during the past few days. Now, here we see that Sanku was thinking to steal the bath from many days, and moreover, he also tried to do so. Now, is it that Sanku remembered? Yeah, Sanku remembered his efforts. His attempts, Sanku had already made many attempts. Sanku had already made many attempts to steal the gold bath. So that is why he remembers his efforts. His cowardice. Although Sanku was cowardice. Sanku was a coward. We can say that if a person who is very good and his inner soul is very good, so his inner soul will not allow him to do bad works. The same thing happened with Sanku. Sanku was very good person with inner self, but he was trying to steal the gold bath on account of his compulsion, and that compulsion was to pay the debts. So his cowardice, so and his vacillation. Vacillation means hesitation. He tried to steal, but he always hesitated to do so. So his hesitation during the past few days, Sanku was trying to steal the bath, but he was not successful, and the reason of unsuccessful was that his cowardice and his hesitation. On account of his cowardice and on account of his vacillation, he was not able to steal the bath. So he had never seen anyone there at that time. When he tried to steal the bath, that time no one was present there. And so that is why he thought that it was a proper time to steal the bath, to pick the bath up. But he was not successful. In spite of being a good chance of stealing, he was not successful. He had never seen anyone. When he was trying to pilfer the bath, that time no one was present around him at that time, and yet he had been afraid. Although no one was present there, Sanku was afraid to do so, because his inner soul was not allowed him to do so. His soul was not permitted him to do so, because from inside he was really a very good person.